moving on to the big news this week, which even ESPN had to cover.
They did? Oh, okay. I didn't even know they knew what the NHL was. The Hockey Hall of Fame was announced.
Go for it.
So we had Teemu Selanne, very excited about that.
That's a good cool.
Dave Anderchuk, very excited about that. Mark Ruckey, very excited about that. Paul Courier, very excited about that. Now how do you pronounce her last? Danielle Galati?
Galati. I believe it's Galati.
Yeah, okay. She was from Team Canada. Jeremy Jacobs, who was a Boston Bruins owner. He is the Boston Bruins owner.
owner.
Is.
Yes.
Okay. And Claire Drake, who is a college hockey coach builder.
Yeah, the builder categories, those two. I thought apparently the max players you can have is 4. That's actually the max from what I heard this year. I didn't know that was a thing. They never say that, but apparently they can't do more than 4 people a year when it comes to players. When it comes to male players. When it comes to male players, because they want to have other people in the induction class. Yeah, so I get that, because they want to do the female thing and they want to do the builder category. I get it. Completely understand. I'm looking forward to this class, though. This is a really good class. This is a really good class. Oh, by the way, I forgot to play this. I forgot to play that. It was sitting here, too, and I had it all lined up.
You ruined it.
I forgot to press the button. No big deal. I figured we'll talk more about these guys closer to the actual Hall of Fame in November. We can get Mike on, and we can do a thing in November when the Hall of Fame actually happens. And it was nice to see Dave Anderchuk. Apparently, he has the most goals for a non-Hall of Famer.
Well, not anymore.
I did not know that until it was announced. I was like, that's pretty cool. Apparently, he has over 600 goals, and that was the most for a non-Hall of Famer.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, they were already talking about next year's Hall of Fame class.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Marty Brodeur and Martin St. Louis.
Wow.
That's next year's Hall of Fame class. That's crazy. That's insane.
I know, right? Can you imagine?
I cannot believe that's next year. So, I can't believe we're at the end of a crazy week. Free agency starts on the 1st. Yes. We're just getting started with all this fucking craziness, and we didn't even talk.
Frenzy.
We didn't even talk about all the trades and the craziness going on in that. I just think we could be here for hours.
Yep.
We really could be here for hours talking about all the crazy shit that happened this week. But there you go. Those are the highlights of the hockey world. I do want to make a note. It feels like Mike and Mike are forced to talk hockey. They're forced to. Because I think it's hilarious. You have this fantastic Hockey Hall of Fame induction class this year. But they spent 20 minutes, like 20 to 30 minutes talking about how Major League Baseball should be shorter.
I agree with that too.
But still, I'm like, really? And still, my favorite highlight of the past month over on their show. By the way, the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup. Actual quote that was said. I actually said that. I was like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. A little respect. A little bit respect for the sport. Come on. Give us some respect. Oh, fuck. Well, speaking of lack of respect.
It's the way to come on here and say a thing or two. Personally, you all deserve this. Under the sea. Under the sea.
Oh, what a rush!
Oh, get later!
It's great! But don't worry, you couldn't see the commando.
And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
That's so ratchet.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Glorious.
Happy birthday, America.
I'm the only one who blows my girl.
My bad. Holla! Holla! Holla!
I'll fade away, classify myself as obsolete.
Stop. Listen. Because.
I am Lance Catamaran.
All right. Let's get into the wrestling world. People were probably listening to the show. Wait a second. We're missing a segment because honestly, there wasn't a whole lot to discuss over in there, so I moved it into here too.
So what did I miss?
And I figured this would be the perfect opportunity because the rarity this ever happens.
Yes.
Talk about something wrestling related that's in the big entertainment world. Glow! Glow's on Netflix.
Yay.
And damn, what a great show this is. What a
Is it?
fantastic show. By the way, we're hearing a little Pat Benatar in the background. The music is, by the way, the show is based in 1985. So the soundtrack is fucking amazing. The soundtrack is
Nice.
fucking, it's Guardians of the Galaxy level fantastic. Like, it's absolutely a fantastic soundtrack. So, base premise of this show, for those who are under a rock, the premise of this show, pretty much, it's based around the 1980s women's league that nobody remembers, called Glow, Gordon Ladies of Wrestling. If you grew up with it, you know what it is. But if you didn't grow up with it, like, what is this? There's a documentary on Netflix explaining. I still haven't had a chance to watch the documentary. But that's what this show is based on. And I give them credit. Because they made wrestling respectable. In a 10-episode series, and it sounds like I'm joking. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. They made the wrestling business respectable. I'm going to try not to spoil, because I know you haven't watched it yet.
Right, yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
But they even got me at one of the surprises. They got me. I didn't expect one of the big surprises that they threw at us. So I give them credit for that.
Uh-huh.
But all the women took their own bumps. They were trained to wrestle, to do this show. The entire cast, which is awesome. Which I give credit where it's due. And honestly, the acting was fantastic. The fact that you're watching a bunch of women grow into their roles, that they go from, I hate wrestling, I don't like it, I think it's corny and lame, to, holy shit, we could do this. It's amazing to me. Like, it's a great story. Also, one note, it is not safe for work. Because it's directed by the guys from Orange is the New Black. Okay. And if anyone knows anything about Orange is the New Black, they don't give a shit. And they curse and they show boobs. So I'm just warning people in advance, this is not safe for work on any level. There's a sex scene in the first episode. So let's just roll it out there. It's not safe for work. But it is good. It is really, I suggest anybody watch it, even if you're not a wrestling fan. That's the important part. They did it to a point where they explained wrestling to non-wrestling fans without making wrestling fans feel dumb. Right. And as a wrestling fan, I didn't feel dumb watching this show.
Right.
And also appearances by John Morrison, which was a nice. He was only in the first episode, and the two people who surprised me the most, Brodus Clay and Carlito, are in this show.
Oh.
In big roles.
Oh.
And they actually did a great job. They did a fantastic job. And Alex Riley is on this show. And he did. Okay. And I said to Mandy, and she hasn't watched it, and you'll understand this when you see it. If this kind of personality actually showed up in WWE, he'd still be working there. Because I was wondering where the fuck that came from. And Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, and Joey Ryan are also on the show. So all cool. They have a lot of stuff, but it's mainly the women. The women are the focal point of this show, which is also really cool.
Isn't Karma on there?
I didn't see her, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I thought I heard that she was on there.
Not in the main cast. You might be in the background.
Okay.
But it was really well done. Like, it was well done. And the cool part was they had you guessing till the end, which I appreciated. I appreciated that. So that made the show fun. So that is Glow. Go out of your way to watch it. It's only 10 episodes. It's only a half hour per episode, so it's very easy to binge. Very easy to binge. So it's worth it. So let's get on with things. Sal, take it away to the news.
More cover boy news. Seth Rollins is the cover boy of WWE 2K18, which is great because that means we don't have an old timer coming in and taking the title this year.
Yes, I thought that was cool. Like, that's a big deal for Seth Rollins. Actually, that's a very big deal for him. Apparently, he's a big gamer. So that's a big deal for him. And, yeah, you're right. We don't have to deal with a Brock Lesnar cover or a Goldberg situation or anything like that this year. The cover boy's actually on the roster. Look at that. It can be done. And his name is not John Cena. It can be done. What do you know?
The free agent John Cena.
Yeah, I don't get that. Okay, we'll stop for a second. What does that mean? Like, I don't understand what that means at all. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
That's going to be on the 4th of July, and I don't understand what it means on any level.
And don't forget that also on the 4th of July, the Face of America's DVD's coming out.
Yes, and also we're getting, on SmackDown, by the way, announced on SmackDown, we're getting Independence Day Battle Royal for the right to face the Face of America at Battleground.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's cool. That's all tied together. They're doing a lot of things for the 4th of July for a holiday that's not celebrated outside of this country. They're doing a lot on an international wrestling show.
Exactly.
July. Oh, fuck. That's funny when you think about it, actually. Speaking of last night's SmackDown, Sal, go ahead.
Carmella won the Women's SmackDown Money in the Bank again.
Yeah, again. So, for those who missed it, because I know a lot of non-wrestling fans listen to this, and we didn't do wrestling last week. Well, we did wrestling, but it wasn't WWE wrestling. Carmella was helped by Mr. James Ellsworth to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. And by helped, I mean he climbed the ladder up and grabbed it for her. That's really what happened.
As you do.
As you do. And Carmella pretty much said that there's no rules, but Daniel Bryan made a valid point saying, well, nobody's ever actually climbed up and grabbed the case that wasn't in the match. A valid point both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So she got stripped of it, and then on SmackDown, they had a Money in the Bank ladder match, which, by the way, was a very good match. I liked it better than apparently some of the pros did. I thought it was a good match. And Mr. Ellsworth was banned from ringside, and then got banned from the building in the opening segment. He was banned from ringside at first. I'm talking smack.
Mm-hmm.
But he pissed off Daniel Bryan. You know, when you tell the general manager of the show that he's faking an injury. Yeah, that might get you banned from the building. The week after you talk about his daughter, yeah, might get banned from the building. You know? So, well, he got back in the building somehow. I don't know how. And he tried to help Carmella win the exact same way as pay-per-view. But Becky Lynch actually moved the ladder this time, and he went crashing to the floor. So Becky got her revenge, which makes sense. Well, she climbed up the ladder. And by the way, props to Becky Lynch, who didn't do the whole, I'm going to climb up slowly for no apparent reason. She sped up the ladder, and Carmella had to catch her, which I thought was a good detail point. I appreciated the detail there. So she got up the ladder, Carmella stopped her. She hurt her leg, falling onto the mat. I want to put in quotation marks, obviously it wasn't a real injury. Hurt her leg. And sold us so that Mandy thought it was a real injury. Mandy thought it was real. And she got really worried for her girl. And Carmella then grabbed his shield chair, hit her in the bad leg, and then climbed up the ladder and grabbed the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then she officially became Miss Money in the Bank. And I was telling you that it reminded me of and this is the moment where you were like, why do you know this shit? The first Money in the Bank match back in 2005 with Edge and Chris Benoit, where Chris Benoit was selling an arm injury, and Edge grabbed the ladder and beat the shit out of his arm, and then climbed the ladder, and won the first Money in the Bank match. So there you go, I don't know if that was done on purpose, but if it was, well done. Well done if it was. But that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, it's exactly the same finish, just with a leg instead of an arm. And without Chris Benoit sitting there dangling with his arm half off his shoulder, which I still don't know how he pulled off. To this day, I don't know how he did that. So, there you go. How do you feel about Carmella finally winning legitimately the Money in the Bank?
Meh.
I know you don't like her. That's why I was wondering.
Meh. I mean, whatever. It is what it is, I suppose. But
okay.
I don't see her as champ, so I don't know.
I can see it working because she got some great heel heat last night. Yeah, Tuesday night. She got some great heat. I shouldn't say. We're recording this on Wednesday morning. I keep saying last night. I just want to clarify that.
Right.
But, yeah, she got some fantastic. Her and Ellsworth's got amazing heel heat. So I got to give credit where it's due there.
As they should.
So moving on to other news. Big news. Very big news.
Yeah, I'm going to label this under the category of meh.
Really? Really?